All right, we've found our way back to Grenada Lake. New episode, new week. Great fishing down here. You seen last week we caught some monster fish. Well, this week we're gonna change it up and we're gonna do it a little bit different. Maybe even what you'd call a little bit freaky. We are here with Freaky Frank Smith out on Grenada Lake, and we are gonna put his products to the test today. If you've ever wondered about size of bait, profiles of bait, big fish, small fish, we're gonna put some theories to work today, and we're gonna do them with your products.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
All right. So we've been fishing with your stuff for a couple, 2 or 3 years now with great success, and we're going to bring that to you today, Grenada Lake style. My plan today is to stick a 350 on a freaky one.
I hear you. That's everybody's plan. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, that's what we come down here to Grenada Lake for. It's what this lake's known for. You gotta break the ice. You just gotta get that first one, first good fish.
Right above it, and then smoking. That's what we want to do. Look at that. That fish just absolutely buried that bait in the back of his throat. All right, so we are getting started out here on Grenada Lake, and it's basically the middle of March, pre-spawn. These fish down here this time of year are looking to stage up and go do some spawning here before too long. So we're basically going to work some ditches, channel ledges, and top sides of the channels going off into these flats and kind of roam around and use our electronics here to locate fish and then try to catch them. You know, this lake is known for producing 3-pound crappie, and we are going to be doing this with little bitty baits today. Frank, here's what I've got set, here's what you've got set. Just tell us real quick, you know, what we're using.
So this is our 2.5 freaky worm. We make this in 47 different colors. We have lots of varieties for different conditions. These baits, it does matter how you rig these. Whenever you're twitching them up and down, you want it to the tail to be horizontal, running in the water, just how we have ours rigged here. You know, today weight's going to matter just a little bit, because the wind's gonna pick up on us. We're using a little heavier jig head than what we normally would use. You want that slow fall. That's what they're gonna get those crappie, just to smoke it.
Yeah, and Frank's got on an 1/8 ounce head, and I've got on a 16th ounce head, but I do have just a little weight above mine to help get it down there a little faster. Again, we're gonna be fighting the wind today. It's gonna blow, but right now it's not. And there's a fish on the screen, and we're gonna try to catch him. We gotta get a little closer so our baits can fall down in front of them. There we go.
There it is. Eat it.
Good.
Eat it. There you go.
He is. There we go. All right. We're starting to break the ice a little bit. Fish are acting a little finicky this morning. So, you know, we marked this fish down there. It was about 6-7 foot down. And it's just a, you know, almost a keeper on Grenada Lake, close to a 12-inch fish. But had to put that bait basically right on its nose and just hold it and let that tail do its work, and he smoked it. So
your national champions, TJ and Alex Palmer.
Crappie Masters All-American Tournament Trail is brought to you by American Ethanol, Humminbird, HH Rods and Reels, Genco Fishing, The Bass Tank, and these other fine sponsors.
Basically what we're trying to do, we talked about it in the opening, was we're on the edge of the main river channel here, and we're just using live sonar, trying to pick out decent sized fish on here to throw at. Like here's another one, but it's, you know, it's down there about 8 foot, and these fish right now, they're trying to move up and get in this warmer surface temperature water. This water's been real cold. Here's a good fish coming up right here. This fish is actually up on top of the flat, and it's a pretty good sized one. So we're gonna ease in here and see if Frank can put that bait right on him and catch this one. Right now, we're waiting until these fish get about 12 foot away from us, and then we're trying to throw the bait about 15 foot. Oh, see, we spooked him, he's taken off. We got wind today, and the wind is causing what we call boat slap. Here's another fish right there. There you go. And that boat slap will spook these fish so fast. Faster than anything. And we got about 15, 16 foot away from that fish and took off. And it was a good one too, so we'll just kind of keep cruising through here. There's another fish up here. That looks like 2 small ones instead of 1 good one. But trying to pick out a decent sized fish like we had just seen, and we'll go in and out off of this channel ledge, in the channel, back off the channel, in the channel, back off the channel, and keep marking fish until we figure out if we need to stay in the channel or up on the flat. And as this water warms up, these fish are going to be wanting to move up on these flats and head towards their spawning grounds. Here's a big one. That's a giant, if that's a crappie. Get out past him. I think it is. It's in the right range. All right, so get it up there just past him, and oh, he's sitting dead still. Yeah, that's a giant. You think these big fish don't eat these small baits? That's why we come out here. There you go.
Here we go, boom!
You think these fish don't eat small baits? That is a whale. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
It's a 1/8 ounce. Tell us what this color is. You got names for your colors.
And that is buffalo orange right there.
Buffalo orange. We're gonna weigh this fish. Look at the belly.
Just
on
a
that
giant. Oh my gosh.
That's why you do what you do right there.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
To see your stuff work. All right, let's get the scale out. See what this bad boy weighs, and then we'll let it rest and get some water in the wells and do what we did last week, is we'll get some pictures afterwards. Only 273.
Oh man, yeah. Only 273.
Yeah, only 273. 2 3/4 pound crappie right there. That is a giant. Grenada Lake. It's one of the few places in the country you can catch fish like that.
Crappie Masters All-American Tournament Trail is brought to you by the National Corn Growers Association, Minn Kota, Power Pole, Millennium Marine, Ozark Rods, and these other fine sponsors.
Boom, baby, look at that giant. Golly.
It never gets old, does
No, no. Whenever you set that hook and you just feel it, you know, it just doesn't move. And you just look at him hell that bait.
it? That's when you know you got the right bait on, is when you're hooking them in the roof of their mouth like that, or they're choking it down their throat. Let's get the scale on this one. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's another 230, 40, 50, I don't know. Only 246.
246.
246. Look at that. That's unbelievable. And again, I know we just keep saying it, but it's just the truth. These are small profile baits. We're just smoking them out here on Grenada Lake. These fish, they love the small profile baits. Yeah, there's not a big trick to this. There's nothing fancy. It's just simply getting it out in front of the fish and dragging it by its nose multiple times until they bite. It's just a lot more fun when they bite on the first try.
Here he comes.
Oh, good one. Another good one. Oh, he's mad at us. Oh my goodness.
Maybe that's, that one's probably the 3. Look at that belly.
This might be the
This is a 3-pounder. Look at the belly on that.
This is gonna be close. It's not as long. My goodness. I mean, and the jig is still intact. You would think those little bitty thin things would fall apart on you, but they won't. Unbelievable. I don't think it's a 3, but gosh. Yeah, it's over 3 pounds. 317.
There we go. 317, baby.
317. Oh wait, 321.
321.
Locked in at 321.
I knew it. You see that belly on that
Yeah.
fish. Golly, Neds.
That is a 3-pounder, 3.21 pounds. Oh my. And what did we catch him on?
2.5-inch freaky worm.
Bang.
Buffalo orange.
I knew that was a good color the first time I ever seen it. This fish, unbelievable. These are small profile baits. I've been catching baits 2 years now in a row. We've been catching fish on these, and all over the country.
Yeah, we travel everywhere catching fish.
So the technique we're using today, we're single pole fishing. This is a 13-foot Ozark rod by 3-pound fishing. And I've got this with K9 fluorocarbon clear. It's 10 pound. We got the Freaky Franks, 2.5-inch freaky worms on here, an 1/8 ounce jig head. So what we're doing is we're locating fish on live sonar, and we're chasing them. All these fish are moving, so we have to chase them. And when we get them on the screen, we're trying to keep them about 12 to 15 foot away from us. And we're throwing this bait out past this is the fish. We're pitching it out past the fish, a couple 2 or 3 foot, and then we're dragging that bait back across just the top of the fish like that, just across the top of them. So what'll happen is when that bait comes by them, that fish will turn and come back and get back around behind that bait, and then they'll hammer it. And so when we throw in there, we pitch, drag, pitch, drag, pitch, drag until you get its attention. And sometimes it happens on the first throw, sometimes it happens on the 20th throw after you've chased them 100 yards. But that's the technique we're doing, if you can get a fish setting steel, it seems like the ones that are setting dead steel, you've got to get in there and put that bait right down on the fish and hold it just kind of at a 45-degree angle just above the fish and hold it dead still and give them time, and they'll angle up and then they'll hammer the bait. So that's the techniques we're using today. And as you've seen, it's been real effective. Now, with these fish on the run and being a little finicky like they are, we're downsizing on these baits. And this is the same worm I started with this morning. I haven't even changed it yet. And I've caught 10 fish, and half a dozen of them been over 2 pounds. And this worm's still holding up. That's the Freaky Frank 2.5-inch worm, and it's still holding up. But threaded on there good, but the technique is working well, can work well for you at any lake across the United States.
Hey guys, I'm Frank Smith from Freaky Franks. We're down here on Grenada Lake today. I want to show you kind of what we're doing. We have the 1/8 ounce jig head with the 2.5-inch freaky worm. We have this rigged where the tail's flat here. What really makes our bait stand out, you can just see the action on the tail of that worm. The crappie just can't resist.
Oh my gosh.
It's a giant.
Net.
Giant.
It's a big one. That's 3-pounder. That's 3-pounder. Or it's gonna be
That's
close.
what I'm talking about. Well, we can't even explain the baits without Valentine putting a giant in the net here.
Oh my gosh, that's a giant. Well, let me loose for a minute. It's not a 3-pounder, but it's a 260. 268. Unbelievable. And just, if you're ever looking to take a fishing trip of your lifetime and get down here to Grenada Lake, book a trip. There's a lot of guide services down here. Grenada Lake Crappie Guides being one of them. Brandon Fulgham, Patrick Stone, Eric Cagle comes down here and guides. Get a hold of these guys, get down here and get in on this action. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna put this in here for pictures. We'll release these fish, and you can see we've got some studs in there.
With the wind, it takes a little heavier jig head, so we're using the 1/8. Our tubes, which is 1 3/4. If you want to fish it yourself by itself, they work really well, especially when they want a larger profile bait. You take the worm on the 1/8 ounce jig head, or you can use a 16th ounce if you like, and you just push it up inside of this tube. And then you just pop it through. Now when you're in the water, that tail's gonna be sticking out of this tube, gives you a larger profile bait for those crappie when they want a bigger bait, but they want a shorter bait. That's the way you don't miss as many fish. You get less short strikes. Our hair jigs, they're the 2020 National Crappie Masters National Championship jig. It's a slab slammer, Freaky Frank's slab slammer. And if they want a larger profile, we make an XL worm. This one's 3.5 inches. It's got the same tail design. And we'll rig it up on the 1/8 ounce jig head also. We smoke them. If they want a little bit shorter, all you got to do is cut it down. You still got this wider profile of this bait.
Well, I tell you what, that was unbelievable. By far the best show I've ever been a part of as far as catching big crappie. That was unreal. Our best 7 fish today weighed right at
19 pounds.
19 pounds, unbelievable. And every one of them today was caught on Freaky Frank's custom tackle. I was using the Buffalo Orange, that's 2.5 inch Freaky worm, Frank, what was yours?
I was using the new Jester 2.5-inch freaky worm.
What a great day, and thank you for coming out with us today. Thank you for supporting crappie fishing in general. Yeah, and real quick, where can they find you on the net?
It's ffcustomtackle.com.
ffcustomtackle.com. What do you say, 47 different colors in the freaky worms?
47 different colors for any conditions. You know, we got you covered.
Check them out. We'll see you back here for another episode of Crappie Masters TV next week. But real quick, we're going to throw these fish back, watch them swim away. What an incredible day. Knock yourself out. Grab you one of those. I think the smallest one in here was a 2.5 pounder, 248, I believe.
It's catch and release.
Another giant. Unreal. Look at these fish, unbelievable. Healthy, kept the air on them. Those fish are gonna swim away, they're gonna spawn. Another tank. Wow, unbelievable. What a day. Record day for me.
Be sure to join Crappie Masters next week as we join our tournament trail in progress on Lake Washington in Missouri. This stop turns the pressure up on the post-spawn bite, and it all happens right here on the Crappie Masters All-American Trail.